Hello and welcome to Tim's BMW repairs and information. Well, I got in the car yesterday, started up same as usual, felt a bit lumpy but not too bad. Went to pull away and yet it felt like I was driving over corrugated iron, yet had that lumpy sort of feeling to it, and you immediately think, oh, that's a single cylinder misfire. It's difficult to tell on a V8 because of course it's got another 7 cylinders to keep you going. On a 4-pot it's very easy. But with the V8, the giveaway is that if you're in top gear and cruising along and you put your foot down a bit, it immediately feels like you've got wheel wobble. That's a single cylinder misfire, and that's the easiest way to detect it. Anyway, I was quite convinced I had a single cylinder misfire. Fortunately, I've got a spare coil over plug unit. Now, the E31 was okay with the N62. Once we got to the N62 engine, these things started failing a lot more regularly, and fortunately they're a lot cheaper as well. So yeah, these things are forever going wrong, and I've changed quite a few now. Well, I did all 8 in this car when I first got it because I knew it's a failure point, but I've done my daughter's car and so on, and the Mini and so on. Yeah, they don't last long these days, I'm afraid. So yeah, don't be surprised if one fails. There's generally no other cause to it. They just fizzle out. Okay, so we've got 2 ways of diagnosing this problem, and the way I chose to do it was to use Carly. Now, you know I'm a great user of INPA on a laptop because it gives us all the details of the engine, how it's running, valve lift, the diagnose timing and stuff like that. But for a single cylinder misfire, that's all you need, and in fact you don't really need that. You can just pull the wires out of the coils while the engine's running, and the one which makes absolutely no difference is the coil that's failed. But anyway, we've got Carly, so connected it up and yeah, showed cylinder number 4 wasn't running properly. So what we'll do in this video is go right through start to finish, take the engine cover off and stuff like that, fire up Carly. I'll do screenshots of it all, how to find and repair a single cylinder misfire. Yeah, very lucky I had the coil ready to go in. Now, which car am I doing it on? 6 Series? No, it's the Mini, but it's exactly the same procedure on the 6 Series as it is on the Mini. And in fact, these are 6 Series coils and they fit in the Mini. Okay, so let's get on with it. What we're going to need is a mobile phone and a Carly adapter for diagnostics. Now, we're going to use Carly instead of INPA, because it's a real faff setting up a laptop just to do this simple sort of job, and Carly is perfect for this sort of work. It'll find single cylinder misfires no problem at all. Okay, let's go through the whole procedure from start to finish. Before we put diagnostics on the car, it's always best to make sure the battery's not going to go flat while we're connected. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect up a charger. This is an 8-amp charger, and that will keep the battery in good condition while we do the diagnostics. Right, the diagnostic socket on the Mini is hidden up under here. It's a bit awkward to get to. There we go. It's always best to use your phone, and then you can check which way round it is. And in. That's in, and then we switch the diagnostics on. There we go. Right, we're in the car now. I put the ignition key in, and I won't put my foot on the brake, but I press the button twice. Once they're on, there we go, and that just gets the power on. We'll turn the blower speed down because we don't need that going at the moment. There we go, that won't waste the battery. And then we'll go straight to Carly, and I'll switch on the other camera. There we go, other camera's on. First of all, we've got to connect to Carly, so go to settings, connections, Bluetooth, and it's found the Carly adapter already, and we're connected. Just make sure of that. Yeah, we're connected there, so that's fine. We'll close that down. Go straight to Carly. Righty-ho. Well, I've already diagnosed it earlier on, but we'll do it again. We'll connect, and we'll go through the whole procedure rather than just looking at the results I've got already. Connecting to car. There we go, we've got a tick. Generating vehicle insights. While we're at it, I think I'll turn off the warning for the LED lights that are fitted to this car, but we'll do the health diagnosis first. Check for issues. Right, we're going to go through the whole car now. It's going to tell me the wheels are going to drop off, the engine is just completely disintegrated. It always does this. Goes through the whole car and gives you big red crosses and tells you everything's wrong. We're not too interested in that at the moment. We're just interested in finding which cylinder has got the misfire. Now, it could be that there's other problems with that cylinder. I mean, we could have, for instance, a burnt valve, injector that is not firing, but 99 times in 100, it's going to be problems with a spark plug or the coil, and the coil is, again, 99 times out of 100. So check the engine, misfiring several cylinders, react immediately. And the problem is misfiring in cylinder 4. So that's the error code that we've got set. So the next thing we'll do is we're going to go round and we're going to change that coil. And we'll also do a quick check while we're there to make absolutely sure it is number 4. So okay, let's switch the ignition off and take the key out of the ignition. We don't want any live voltages. Right, okay, so that's good. We've got all the information we need. Let's get on with the job. We need to get the engine cover off, just this little cover over the coil over plug in. It's 2 Torx T35s. There we go, those 2 off. Don't even have to remove the oil cap. Right, here are the 4 coils over the spark plugs. That's number 1, 2, 3 and 4. And what we can do to check if it is actually number 4, we should actually run the engine, and while it's running, pull out the connector. If it makes no difference to the engine speed, then we can be absolutely sure it's cylinder number 4. Right, to get these out, we use a long bladed screwdriver just under here. Let's find a convenient place to lean against and just push. There we go, it's out. Right, well, there isn't much to these ignition coils, and they're pretty cheap as well. This is the original one from the Mini, and we've got a date of 31st of the 3rd 2010, which so this is an original coil. They don't seem to last long in these engines. They do get rather hot, and then they just fail. Now, there's many ignition coils from BMW that fit these engines, and I've got one from my BMW 6 Series I'm going to fit in there. Brand new, never been used. So let's get that in. So this is what we're going to fit. It's a Delphi coil. GN 10210-12B1. So that's the type of coil it is. You can buy them directly from BMW or from Amazon or anything like that. But this one will fit fine. As I say, they're quite similar, all of the coils. And this is exactly the same for the 1 Series as well. I've done my daughter's 1 Series. There we go. Just line up the plastic there. Put the lid down so you can give it a good pushing in. There we go. He's fully in. Connect him back up again. And there we go. Well, that's more or less the job done. We need to test the car first to make sure it's okay. We'll clear the error code with Carly and take it from there. That's okay. Let's fire the car up. And that's sounding a heck of a lot better. The engine's not rocking or anything like that. That sounds absolutely perfect now. When you lose a cylinder, and I'll mimic losing a cylinder. There we go. Tick over usually slows down a bit, and you can see the engine's moving around quite a lot, and that's because this cylinder is not producing any energy. There we go, back in again and back up to nice and smooth loveliness. Right, let's get the engine cover back on. Right, well that all sounds fine, looks fine, everything back in position again. Nice and steady as it should be. Let's go and get rid of that error code. Well, it's nice to be sitting in the car without it jumping all over the place. Okay, so we connect. Right, so we want to clear the error codes. Right, so let's clear the issues and see what comes back. That would seem the best idea. Right, we're clearing the issues and went a bit lumpy then, but we're okay. And we've got the error lights off now, so the engine lights off. And what we'd do again is we'd go through an engine check. Oh, sorry, we've got to check for all issues again. It's a problem with Carl, it does make you check everything in the whole world before you get round to doing what you want to do. But I'm glad to say the error lights off on the instrument cluster. Car's running nicely. See if we've got any engine problems this time. Show results. Good, that's it. We've got no engine issues. We'll check the engine on its own. No, it's fine. So the engine is fine. That's it. Job's done. Right, there we go then. Job all done. Very quick, very easy. It took about 10 minutes from start to finish. Yep, and these coils do fail, and sometimes it's just not worth diagnosing the car at all. Just order some coils and swap them over. The coils fail eventually anyway, and these are pretty cheap. Or you can use that trick that I showed you, have the engine running and then just pull out the connectors from the coils, and the one that doesn't make any difference at all is the one that's failed. Pull out another one and the idle will drop and the engine will start shaking. So that's a quick and easy way of checking for coils, and as I say, these sort of engine problems with single cylinder misfires is nearly always coils. So you might as well hoik them out, put new ones in and hope that fixes it, because the rest of it gets rather expensive. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the comments as usual, and I'll see you next time.